Tonight at 5, the Supreme Court releases two major decisions dealing blows to student debt forgiveness and LGBTQ protections. We'll have details and local reaction. Plus, Wisconsin's health department expanding harm reduction efforts with added funding for Narcan vending machines across the state. And we take a look back at the life and career of Oscar-winning actor Alan Arkin. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Two rulings from the Supreme Court today bringing major victories for conservatives and an end to a blockbuster session that'll have consequences for years to come. President Biden says the fight isn't over after the Supreme Court tossed out his student loan forgiveness plan. The measure would have wiped out nearly $500 billion in debt for millions of Americans. The pandemic-era pause on payments and interest accumulation ends later this summer. That means tens of millions of borrowers will have to start making payments on their federal loans in October. The $400 billion plan would have canceled up to $20,000 in federal student loans for 43 million people. Our Braden Ross sat down with one of those people who's now back on the hook. Braden?
Yeah, here in Wisconsin, this decision will impact nearly 700,000 Wisconsinites that have federal student loan debt. That adds up to more than $20 billion. Sid Bagley went back to school at age 45 to get a business administration degree and better himself. He took out a student loan to help pay for it, and now he owes $220 a month in student loans. He thinks the Supreme Court believes people with student loans are privileged, and he wants them to take another look.
Look at me, I'm wearing safety element stuff. I'm working my butt off. I work 3 jobs just to, have a decent living for myself.
Student loan payments are set to restart in October after being frozen for 3 years because of the pandemic. And we have a lot more details about what this means for you online at channel3000.com.
Braden, thank you. In another ruling, the court's conservative majority dealt a blow to gay rights. The court siding with a Christian website designer who didn't want to make wedding websites for same-sex couples because of her religious beliefs. The justices ruled in favor of Lori Smith, who argued her free speech rights were violated by a Colorado law prohibiting businesses open to the public from refusing service because of sexual orientation. Activists in Wisconsin feel defeated at the end of the month, dedicated to supporting the LGBTQ plus community. Our Catherine Merck shares one Madison leader's fears with this ruling.
It is a big loss for us.
Sitting in front of the rainbow flag, Steve Starkey is feeling anything but pride for this Supreme Court decision.
It institutionalizes discrimination against our community.
He says the ruling is a defeat for LGBTQ plus people, while others are calling it a win for the First Amendment.
Many sellers will say, well, part of my good or service is expression, and it violates my genuinely held beliefs to have to serve you.
In Wisconsin, Starkey says there have been both victories and losses for gay rights. This month marked the first time the transgender flag was flown above the Capitol. But Starkey says if a conservative legislature had its way over allies like the governor, it could mean changes in our state.
It set a precedent that other states could follow.
Starkey says what is ahead for Wisconsin could be harmful for other minority groups besides his own.
It's a slippery slope. It's very possible for people to say, I don't want to serve communities of color because of my religious beliefs, and use the same argument that they're using against the LGBT community to justify that.
As Pride Month comes to a close, Starkey is warning his community about the uncertainties ahead for Wisconsin.
Now it's like we have to fight those battles all over again.
Reporting in Madison, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
And in the next term, the justices will decide whether the Second Amendment protects gun owners who have domestic violence restraining orders against them. That's after a federal appeals court invalidated the law, making it easier for people with a history of domestic violence to obtain guns. The court decided to not issue rulings on 2 other cases. In Ohio, questions are being raised about redistricting. The high court sent that back down to be a lower court decision. Finally, justices have decided to allow an individual with gender dysmorphia to sue a Virginia men's prison on basis of discrimination. You can read more about these rulings, how they could affect you. Simply download the Channel 3000 News 3 Now app or visit channel3000.com. The smoke has finally cleared across southern Wisconsin. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti now on the weather patio. He has the latest. Gary?
Yeah, the smoke is cleared, but the skies really haven't. We've got clouds overhead. It'd be nice if those clouds could bring us some rain, but unfortunately, that just doesn't seem to be in the cards because another big cluster of storms moved from Iowa into Illinois to our south and kind of sucked up all the moisture and really prevented it from reaching the southern part of the state. You can see, just like yesterday, showers and storms moved out of Iowa, raced eastward across Illinois and into Indiana, but very little of that precipitation made it into southern Wisconsin. A few sprinkles, and that's pretty much it, at least according to high-resolution radar. As we look at 6-hour future track radar, there might be a pop-up shower or an isolated thunderstorm. For the most part, most of us will stay dry, even though it is warm and a little more humid. Low temperatures this morning started out in the lower 60s, thanks to the higher humidity and the at least a little bit of cloud cover. Current temperatures are well into the 80s, most areas middle 80s. It's actually a little cooler to the southwest, where there's a little thicker cloud cover, 82 right now in Platteville, whereas up to the north, it's 86 degrees in Camp Douglas. Across Dane County, we're seeing temperatures mainly in the middle 80s, including 86 degrees in Stoughton, 87 degrees in Verona, and 87 in Cross Plains. Look for variably cloudy skies this evening. A chance for a shower or thunderstorm in a few spots. Most of us will stay dry as temperatures drop into the middle 70s. Later on, I'll take a look at our forecast for the weekend and toward the 4th of July holiday and whether there's any chance of getting any meaningful rain around here.
Well, we sure could use it. Gary, thank you. Riots erupted across France for a third straight night following the deadly police shooting of a 17-year-old during a traffic stop in a Paris suburb earlier this week. Protesters launched fireworks at riot police, torched cars, set buildings on fire. French officials report more than 600 arrests nationwide and say around 250 police officers have now been injured. Police allege the teen refused to stop his car. The officer who shot him has apologized to the family and has been placed on leave, but the family is demanding justice. Alan Arkin, the Oscar-winning actor of Little Miss Sunshine, has died. Born in Brooklyn to Russian, German, Jewish immigrant parents, his family moved to Los Angeles when he was a child. Early in his acting career, Arkin won a Tony Award for his Broadway debut performance in the 1963 play And Her Laughing. He also became one of a handful of actors to be Oscar nominated for their first starring role. In Arkin's case, he was nominated for his role as Rozanov in the 1966 war comedy The Russians Are Coming. The Russians Are Coming. Alan Arkin has passed away at the age of 89. A 20-year-old man is facing tentative charges after leading police on a chase through Dane County. A Monona officer tried stopping a vehicle after seeing it didn't have license plates, but the driver then sped off. That chase ended up on Park Street, where a tire deflation device was used to stop the vehicle. The driver exited that car while it was still in drive, took off running with a handgun. The car then hit an officer who was briefly crushed between his car and the other. The suspect attempted to carjack another vehicle but was unsuccessful. He was apprehended by a canine and arrested. Today, flags were ordered to fly at half-staff in honor of a World War II soldier whose remains were buried in Beloit. Army Private First Class Clinton Koloski died on January 14, 1945 in France after his patrol came across an attack by German soldiers. In 2020, the Department of Defense exhumed the remains of an unknown soldier from an American cemetery in France, and upon testing, those remains were identified as Koloski's. He was buried in Calvary Cemetery this afternoon. The Madison West Middleton Rotary Club is teaming up with Notara Farm volunteers for the 10th annual Combined Test and Horse Driving Trial. Combined Driver is for people of all ages. In past years, the youngest competitor was 12, the oldest, 86. The sport brings together the combined efforts of the driver, navigator, and horse as a unit.
I hope people will come out and watch because it's really, really a fun sport, and it's easy to get hooked on it. That's how I got hooked. I came to one, and I was like, I want to do this. And 25 years later, here I am.
And the trials are also happening tomorrow at the farm. All proceeds go to the Rotary Club. More Narcan vending machines with free life-saving options for overdoses are coming to Wisconsin. That's because the state has more money to invest in programs that reverse opioid overdoses. Harm reduction efforts have become more common over the past several years. The Department of Health Services says the main goal is to meet people where they are.
Anything that is going to expand access and availability to these services, make people feel comfortable in how they can access them, right? Removing barriers to do so. We're gonna save lives, getting it into more people's hands.
Local groups have launched similar programs, making Narcan and fentanyl test strips available for public use. Free Bikes for Kids partnered with Dairyland Drive to run a donation drive today. It was an effort to get more bikes, keep Madison kids riding. Free Bikes for Kids collects gently used donated bikes from the community. Their volunteer group helps to clean, repair, and distribute the bikes to underserved communities in the local area. They're thankful for the sponsorship and say it's all about making sure kids are able to get outside and have some fun.
They're sponsoring a drive for us to collect a few more bikes to help keep pushing the pile forward and put more kids on bikes.
Fittingly, the sponsor of the donation drive, Dairyland Drive, is an upcoming bike race in southwestern Wisconsin. Free Bikes for Kids accepts donations all year long. Visit their website at fb4kmadison.org to learn more. It all comes down to today, your last chance to vote for your favorite businesses, people, things to do, and more. Just head to channel3000.com, look for our Best of Madison story on our homepage. Scroll down to the bottom of the article, and you can click on each category to vote. All you'll need is a valid email address to register and make sure your votes are counted. Don't forget, you can only vote once per category. Next at 5, Gary has our complete holiday weekend forecast, plus some tips on fireworks safety as communities prepare to celebrate the Independence Day holiday. And tonight at 6, a breakdown of the state budget that's on its way now to Governor Evers' desk. First half of 2023 is now in the books for Wall Street. The Dow soaring 285 points. The Nasdaq up 197, capping its best first half of a year since 1983, 40 years ago. The S&P 500 up 54, and we'll be right back.
The Stars and Stripes event starts now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save store-wide with massive savings on special purchases and closeouts at up to 84% off. GE washer and dryer pairs for just $18 a month. Ends July 4th at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This July 4th is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
The Stars and Stripes event starts now at Ashley. Save store-wide with massive savings on special purchases and closeouts at up to 84% off. Plus 6-year special financing with no money down. It all ends on July 4th, only at Ashley.
Coming up, a Supreme Court decision leaves millions of Americans facing repayment on student loans, striking down President Biden's debt relief plan. We look at the real impact on the lives of Wisconsin residents tonight at 6.
Want to know right now what the weather will be like tomorrow? Download the First Warn Weather app and get my 48-hour forecast to help you plan your day.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Embattled New York Congressman George Santos was in federal court today for a status hearing in his criminal fraud case. He pleaded not guilty to a 13-count indictment last month. Santos is charged with wire fraud, money laundering, misusing public funds, and 2 counts of lying about his personal finances on House disclosure reports. Santos is due back in court September 7th. Fireworks sales in northern Wisconsin are reaching new highs leading up to the July 4th holiday. Owners of Exit 1 Fireworks in Hudson near the Twin Cities say most of their customers do come from Minnesota. 85% of their annual sales come the week before July 4th. Owners at nearby Fireworks Nation say they know their customers are looking for something they can't put a price tag on.
We sell a product, but what we really sell is something that brings people together. Our customers come in happy and they leave even happier. And what can I say? How great is that?
With every sale, the store also offers a quick safety lesson. Speaking of safety, emergency crews want to remind communities to stay safe when it comes to fireworks. Tiana Baxter shares some tips.
For the July 4th holiday, police, fire departments, and doctors across the country are warning of the dangers of fireworks that injure thousands of people every year.
Just be safe. If it doesn't seem like it's the right thing to do, then don't do it.
A 2021 report from the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission revealed at least 9 people died and over 11,000 were injured in firework-related accidents across the country, with the percentage of injuries continuing to rise each year. Most injuries reported are burns, with hands and fingers being the most injured body part.
Typically, we see simple burns or sometimes hand injuries from people holding on to a firework too long. We probably get about 1 or 2 hand injuries a year on 3rd or 4th of July, whenever most of the fireworks celebrations are going on. It's not uncommon to see a few simpler burns here and there over the 4 or 5 day stretch where people are using fireworks.
Sparklers, bottle rockets, and firecrackers, which may seem harmless, were the leading cause of firework injuries, and Wells says the best thing you can do if you experience an injury is to get it checked out.
I think any injury to your hand or any injury to your face, you should come in and let us see you. I think if you felt like you've been burnt by a firework and it's something worse than a sunburn, then come in and see us.
He says taking necessary precautions and using common sense when it comes to setting off fireworks will keep you and your family safe this 4th of July weekend.
Avoid use of the hands, avoid use of alcohol and drugs, keep children away from the fireworks, let the adults handle the fireworks, and always pull the children back before they go off.
Tiana Baxter reporting there. Health officials say more than half of firework injuries reported happened in the days leading up to the 4th of July. Well, let's get a look at your first warned forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Today's weather map kind of looks like that of yesterday, except minus the wildfire smoke here. That has moved out, but another round of showers and thunderstorms passed to our south, starting in Iowa and then heading southeastward across Illinois and into Indiana. And there were some wind damage reports across southern portions of Iowa, as well as some hail reports there. These storms weren't quite as intense as yesterday, but this is just over the last 24 hours. Another swath of 1 to 2 inches of rain into the Quad Cities in northwestern Illinois. Storms weakened a little bit, but about 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain. You can just kind of track that down to the south and east. And now bigger storms are starting to fire up with over 2 inches of rain down over parts of southwestern Indiana. And this is just over the last 3 days. You can tell a general 1 to 2 or 3 inch rainfall from southern Iowa, northern Missouri through central and southern Illinois, most of Indiana, down into Ohio, Kentucky, and Tennessee. Look where we are. Just kind of missed out again to our south. You can see the storms firing up again across parts of southeastern Illinois. Severe thunderstorm watch there, but at least the severe weather is staying away from us, but so is the rain. We're seeing a few showers at times sneak into southern Wisconsin. 6-hour future track radar doesn't hold much hope for anything widespread, at least for this evening. That'll be the case for the next couple of days. There'll be chances for showers and thunderstorms, but we just won't get anything widespread. Air quality advisories have been allowed to expire across Wisconsin. They still continue across Michigan and Indiana, where the wildfire smoke has kind of migrated off to the east. 3 things you need to know in our forecast. Temperatures are going to stay warm with humidity levels dropping a little bit. There will be some chances for showers and thunderstorms through Sunday, then again the middle part of next week, but temperatures will be up around 90 degrees from Monday and the 4th of July Tuesday. Planning your night across Dane County. 68 for the low in Belleville, 68 Fitchburg, 68 in Sun Prairie with cloudy skies, maybe a shower or thunderstorm, 67 in Janesville, 67 in Lone Rock, and 67 for the low in Baraboo across the rest of southern Wisconsin. Tomorrow, variably cloudy, warm, chance for a shower or thunderstorm, high 84. Not going to be raining all the time, but, we'll take what we can get. You can see this on Future Track. These little clusters of showers, thunderstorms popping up. They cover about maybe 10–15% of our viewing area at any given time. This is overnight tonight. Not much in the way of activity, some clouds, a little bit of clearing mixed in. Then as we head into tomorrow, you can see some showers and storms to our south and west. Kind of tease us, but they just don't quite get here. We see probably the best chances over the next 48 hours. Tomorrow afternoon, the heat of the afternoon, temperatures in the middle 80s. That's when we could see some scattered showers and storms pop up as there'll be a weak front that kind of passes through the area. But then by tomorrow night, you can see that just kind of shifts back to the south. Our best chances of rain will be Sunday morning, and then as we head into Sunday afternoon, notice that wind shift to the northeast, and that brings in slightly cooler and drier air and pretty much puts an end to the rain chances. Highest chances for any measurable precipitation south of Madison, 1/4 to 1/2 inch with some heavier amounts north of Madison. not much in the way of rain chances. First warn 7 to 10 day forecast. After the weekend, we're back into the lower 90s for Monday and the 4th of July Tuesday. Wednesday, a pretty good chance of showers and thunderstorms. A little cooler after that with highs around 80, and then back into the lower 80s with some thunderstorm chances from Sunday afternoon into Monday of the following week. As we check out first warn traffic, of course, it's a Friday before a big holiday weekend, actually a 4-day weekend. Looks like we just got an accident that popped up on the eastbound Beltline. We'll have to see how that affects things. But right now, Beltline is in pretty good shape. I was just checking I-3990 to the south, heading up from Illinois. That's in good shape. I-94 heading eastward toward Milwaukee, no problems there. And even north of Madison, we're seeing good travel conditions on I-3990, 94, and US 151 through Beaver Dam and Dodge County. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. As we get into hurricane season here, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration is hoping to use drones to improve forecasting. You may have heard of the hurricane hunters flying into the eye of the storm to record critical data. There are limitations, however, of where the crewed aircraft can fly due to safety concerns, and that's where uncrewed aircraft come in. The Altia 600 drone was deployed for the first time as Hurricane Ian neared the Florida coast last year.
The Altius was able to fly at as low as 200 feet, and it was clocking winds over 200 miles an hour and reporting all of that in near real time to the National Hurricane Center.
There are also sail drones used to sail right into the storm and gliders for gathering data below the surface. The goal in 2023 is to get all of those uncrewed systems into a storm at the same time. Coming up, getting pulled over by a police officer, that was a blessing in disguise for one Wisconsin driver. Hear why after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Experience an awe-inspiring event at the Duck Pond July 2nd starting at 6:05. After the Mallards take on the Green Bay Rockers, get ready for a one-of-a-kind drone show featuring a spectacular light show, fireworks, and music. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of Madison Mallards Baseball.
Stanley Steamer loves Madison, Wisconsin. I'm Paul Lashick, local owner of Stanley Steamer here in Madison. We've been proudly cleaning your homes and businesses for over 30 years and will continue to keep your carpet, upholstery, area rugs, hard floors, and air ducts clean for many more. We strive to provide the best quality in both the services we provide and the equipment we use. That's why you've trusted us to keep Madison and southwestern Wisconsin homes cleaner, healthier, and more beautiful place to live. Call and book a cleaning today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Whether your project is large or small, get 11% off it all at Menards. From aerosols, floor coating, stains, and more, our paint department has the quality Rust-Oleum products you need to bring your project to life. Rust-Oleum's Stop Rust 5-in-1 spray paint is the first ever adjustable spray paint can. Choose from 5 different spray settings, so you can get a professional finish on every project. A can is just $5.95 each after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
What do we always say, son? Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
They only pay for what you need.
That's my boy. Stay off the freeways. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Brothers Maine enjoys 4th of July festivities with family, friends, and fabulous kitchen and laundry deals. Our fireworks of savings on GE appliances and free delivery will make you ooh and ah. Feel like family at Brothers Maine.
At Honda, we offer complimentary maintenance for 2 years or 24,000 miles. Just enjoy the ride, knowing we cover routine items like oil changes, tire rotations, and multi-point inspections. Honda Service Pass, available to purchasers of all 2023 Honda vehicles. Get yours today.
My name is Scott Landry with Landry Farms, and this is my John Deere. My farm's a Centennial 1875 farm in south central Illinois, and we grow corn and soybeans. The reason why I choose Sloan's, they make farming easy. I mean, the stress of everything that goes along with farming, you know, that the parts are going to either be there or they're going to network them. They go above and beyond to make sure that everybody that walks through the door gets top-notch quality service. And this is why I think Sloan's first.
Experience an awe-inspiring event at the Duck Pond July 2nd starting at 6:05. After the Mallards take on the Green Bay Rockers, get ready for a one-of-a-kind drone show featuring a spectacular light show, fireworks, and music. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of Madison Mallards Baseball. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
A Caledonia police officer recently got an unexpected letter from someone he pulled over more than a year ago. It's a sentiment he says he will hold on to for the rest of his career. Megan Marshall shares the story.
It was a shift that started like any other. Sergeant Robert Lyle got into his squad to patrol the community.
Within 2 minutes of leaving the police station, that's when I encountered this driver.
That driver was speeding and swerving, so Sergeant Lyle turned on his lights and initiated a stop.
Caledonia Police Department, I stopped you because you're doing 100 miles an hour in a 55 zone. Why are you going so fast tonight?
The man behind the wheel was cooperative.
I'm going through a lot.
He was arrested for drunk driving. The stop was nothing out of the ordinary for Sergeant Lyle. He finished his shift and forgot about it. 1 year later, Caledonia Police got an unexpected email directed to Sergeant Lyle. It was from that same driver who doesn't want to share his name, but does want to share this story to help others and thank Officer Lyle.
I know it may be strange, but I wanted to say thank you and tell you why. For months prior, I was riding life at rock bottom. Lost a cousin for an overdose, lost a friend to cancer, and a grandfather all within weeks.
He goes on to explain that before he was pulled over, he was planning on taking his own life by rolling his car. The timing of the traffic stop, seeing those blue and red lights, and interacting with Sergeant Lyle changed his course.
Without you pulling me over, I wouldn't have seen so many great things in my life. Welcoming a new niece and seeing my nieces always smiling when their uncle came around. I wanted to also thank you because with you stopping me that night, as of today, I am 1 year sober.
A touching message that Sergeant Lyle says reminds him of how important the work can be.
This email right here is exactly why I do this job.
He grew up in this community and has been a Caledonia police officer for 15 years. He says this letter will be something he holds on to for life.
This email, at the end of my career, which I hope has many more years left, will mean more to me than any arrest that I've made, will mean more than any traffic stop that I make, any citizen complaint I take.
Being in the right place at the right time and turning a tough and dangerous situation into a life-saving lesson that has now had a lasting and positive impact on both men involved.
And we'll have a final check of your First Warn forecast after a short break.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on the Chevy Blazer or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Get 1.9% financing on select popular Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. Plus, make no monthly payments for 90 days. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
This 4th, we're throwing a 4 for the 4th celebration with lots of top-rated 4s to shop, like 4 on-trend bedroom collections. Get my highly rated 5-piece Tremont bedroom, just $9.99. Stay chic with my 4.5-star Spencer panel set in 2 colors. You'll love the barn-style twist to my brand-new Foundry bedroom. Get red carpet ready in my show-stopping Diva bedroom with financing options to fit your budget. You guessed it, 4 plans to choose from. Join the 4 for the 4th celebration at Bob's. It's gonna be lit.
Special report.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are!
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile with no contract. Call 1-833-743-4999.
The Coopers here just got Spectrum One. Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection. Look, with Spectrum Internet, I can stream Spectrum News across all our devices.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats, keeping our family and devices safe and secure.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
And it includes nationwide 5G.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile with the fastest wireless speeds. Call 1-833-743-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you.
On this Friday night, we go on the road with an inspiring man who turned loss into light, using his trumpet to collect small bills and create big change. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And Gary is back. One final check of the forecast.
Well, it's a little different view from the sky cams, at least right now. We've got cloud cover instead of wildfire
That's not smoke then.
Yeah, but
Okay.
unfortunately, those clouds are not bringing much in the way of precipitation either. There's high-resolution radar, and boy, we've had a couple of sprinkles out there, and that's been about it. 6-hour future track radar really doesn't show much development this evening, but we'll take what we can get. A few people may get a little bit of rain. Temperatures right now, middle 80s. Humidity levels are up there a little bit, but they'll come down a bit over the weekend. Right now, 85 right now in Mount Horeb, 86 in Cross Plains, and 83 in Sun Prairie. Look for temperatures to drop into the middle 70s by late evening.
Now we'll be back with Charlotte in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News with John Dickerson, and tonight for Nora O'Donnell.